Hey guys, today's video is just on a trading strategy for you guys. So the trading strategy uses the Nadaraya Watson envelope by Lux. So what is the Nadaraya? What kind of name is that? I have no idea. What is it based on? It's based on a special formula in statistics. It's like advanced statistics. I'm not exactly 100% sure. I never went that far in math. I think it's like, it might even be past Calculus 3. Honestly, I just did up to Calculus 2. It might not even be math, it might be statistics. You can look up the formula, it's really advanced. There's like some kind of kernel regression or something pretty advanced. It uses some kind of advanced statistical formula. Anyways, how to get it is you just go to indicators, type in NAD, it's right there. Right there, Nadaraya Watson envelope by Lux Algo. He or she creates some indicators. So you can use the estimator if you want. I don't really use them at all, but you can check it out. It can help you find like longer term trends. So this indicator is going up on YouTube lately. It's quite popular. So right now I just on my top one profile on the app, I just made a post about a potential buy on Euro USD. So if you guys want to check that out, you can. You can download the Top One Markets app and find me in the community. You can use your email to sign up. So basically today the US core CPI economic report showed a spike in inflation month over month and year over year. That was bad. I guess it wasn't expected. They were expecting a better result from a forecasted standpoint. So they were hoping for a better, basically a number that was less than the forecasted number, which would have shown a decrease in inflation. Anyways, what happened in regards to this? Because most of the people will be watching this video later on, so basically this just caused this spike. That's all. This drop. The dollar strength had a huge spike up. The euro went down. So I think it was here. This big red. That was this morning. The report was released. If you want to know some fundamentals, you guys can subscribe to the channel. We can go over some fundamental stuff later on. So the news came out. The report was a miss. The euro dumped quite heavily. So this indicator works with two channels. There's a top channel and a bottom channel. There is a problem with this indicator. You can't use it in your own algorithms, in your own bots, like trading bots or strategies. The reason is because if you have a look, there's no number here. He's chosen, or he or she has chosen to not include or hide the actual value for these lines. So this line should say that it's at like 1.1498 or something. This line down here should say, can't really see the color, but it should say it's like around 0.99767 or something like that. But he's chosen to hide those values, so you can't actually be like, if the price is higher than the upper band, then I want to go short, right? Or if the price is lower than the bottom band, you can't reference the bands because he hasn't included a value, and he hasn't made them able to be referenced. So right now, until the Lux Algo team or the person decides to change that, you can only use it visually. That's a con. That's like a setback for this. So you can't really use it to like make any automation strategies or any automated codes in like C++, JavaScript, Python, whatever. So anyways, you can only use it manually. It does repaint, so that's kind of new to me. It has this new tag up here, so he or she just updated it. to post that to show that it repaints. What does that mean? What does repaint mean? That means it changes on the fly. That means it could drop down here in a second or go up here in a second as well. It won't happen, but like if the candles start to go lower, the red lines will adjust to like, it might not be at the same spot. Like right now you're saying, okay, well, it gives its own signals. Like here, it's like, okay, well, it's going to go long. Like it's giving you the signal to go long. I don't use those because that may change on the next candle if it continues down. That's what repaint means. Yeah, so what happens is it pretty much adjusts to every price movement. Other than that, a lot of people get, like, they don't like the indicator after they hear that it repaints, and they kind of, they trash it, right? So you can still use it. It can still be beneficial to your trading. So what's the best way to use it? Personally, I think one of the best ways to use it is to, let's just say, for example, it crosses above the upper envelope. You can see like up here, it crossed up. You can combine it with other indicators. For example, you could say, so like, I'll just make a line here. So let's say that it went up, it went above so price was greater than the upper band, right? Price was greater than or equal to the upper band. Pretty much greater than is better. So you want it to be above. Touching isn't as good. You want it to be actually above. That's the hard thing with with visualization. If it was in a bot, it would be easier. But if it's above, greater than, then once you could take that, for example, you could take the first signal on the histogram going from positive to negative. That could be an entry for you, or you could wait till the MACD line crosses below the signal line. That could be your second entry. So for like new traders, that's pretty good advice. So hopefully you guys can learn from that. That's pretty much alone that'll like you'll start to see profits from that. Advanced stuff, like I honestly, I don't recommend using it on any time frame except for the 4 hour. Some people use it on the 1 minute. I mean, you can. So like I don't personally. Some people may find it useful for them. I don't. Personally, the 4 hour is the best for me. And I've tested that on the I've back tested it to show that it performs better. Or like generally with other algorithms, but obviously I don't have the code for this. But anyways, the code might come out later on. So we'll just show maybe some more examples. The thing is it repaints, so it doesn't always change. I mean, it doesn't always stay above the channel. But sometimes it does, it just depends. So here there was a signal here. Some other ways to optimize this is you could get a faster MACD. You could create a faster MACD. You could test those out to see settings that might work for you. For example, here we kind of got low to the bottom of the channel. You can also take those, like for example, we got low to the bottom of the channel and then we had the MACD momentum start to move up. It kind of opened at a not the best point. That's why perhaps a faster MACD might help you. Otherwise, we'll just look for some other examples. So like here, this would have been a good one here. Just on that note, by the way, it did end up closing high. It did end up closing higher after it touched the bottom band and then the buy signal, and then continued up. You can also take the histogram as mentioned. You can see which one works better. Personally, I think the histogram sometimes can have some confusing it can kind of throw you off. So I go with the signal, like the two lines, the MACD line and the signal line. I believe the MACD line's the bluish purple line and the signal line's the orange line. So you can use those, like for example here at that point when it did get above. In this case, when it's kind of like floating in the middle, the histogram inflection, like red to white, which would mean negative to positive, wouldn't work as well. But if it's above, really high above and really low, then you'll have a better probability of that histogram inflection working. So make sure, usually it's best to wait till it's really high above, or like at least above, or even if it's the wick, that's fine. If it's closing above or below, that's like the best case. If it's just the wick, that's okay. I've tested it to work pretty good. I'm thinking at least 70%. So it is a pretty good indicator that way. But I guess we can't make it into a bot, so that's kind of the drawback. That's kind of like the fallout from it. Like you can't create a bot out of it and test it. So it, like, I guess, in the real like world, financial world, it's not going to be as helpful. But in the institutional world, it might be. Maybe perhaps like the trading floor where they have people clicking buttons and trading by, mouse clicks or keyboard entries. It might be helpful. But until he actually allows those values to be accessed, it's pretty much, it won't go big right now. Maybe in the future. But anyways, this one was a good one. You can see that it came up high above the bands, and then we had the signal cross, and that was really good. So that works well. You can also monitor the RSI as well. So of course, the relative strength index, if you guys don't know what the RSI is, it's the calculation of like the last 14 candles and some formula. But it is a good indicator for banks. Financial institutions use that. They use MACD, they use moving averages, they use volume, perhaps Bollinger Bands. These are better. I believe that the NW is better than Bollinger Bands. But the problem is there's no code, so anyways, we'll just so we're going back pretty far here, so let's just maybe change the pair. You can see that we came up high here again, and then we had the signal cross down. Whoops. And by the way, it's just the default settings. Everything here is just default, if you're wondering, which means just the standard settings, if you don't understand English that well. It's just the normal settings for the indicator. That's all that it means. Okay, so now let me click. Okay, so here we go. So we had the signal here after the spike above the envelope. We had the signal all the way down here, which did work. So you would have at least caught this candle, which would have been nice. If you would have held through for a long time, you still would have gotten more if you're greedy. So that would have been fine. Here's one where it came below, but the MACD was already showing that it was in a bullish phase. In that case, you could just take the next increase of the or I guess there's an inflection here as well, histogram inflection. So you could have taken the continuation, the trend, I guess. These are inflections that I've been showing you, so most people don't do that. it's my style, so I do. So hopefully it's useful for you guys. Another way to use it is you can scale down, so you can see that it came below, and since the MACD default, this one is lagging, you can scale down to like the 30-minute, and you can see that we had the signal already, so that took off early. So you guys can test that out too. So yeah, so hopefully guys that helps you out. If you guys are on the channel, I know it can be hard when you don't really know where to look. So we can check out DXY as well. So you can see that it came above the channel, or sorry, above the envelope, I guess. That's a quite high spike. There's been no 4-hour signal yet. Here was. This was good, as you can see, because it came below. So earlier on, it had been low, below the bands, and then we had the cross up. So now we're looking for the cross down. So you can trade it both ways. And the half-an-hour signal has been beneficial as well after the price moved above the upper bands. So we're just gonna end it here. Check out the Discord. I'll be making it. Actually, I did make a Discord. It's called Code Invest. I'm looking for anybody can join. Like you can join if you like coding, if you like investing, if you like trading. You don't even have to code. If you just like trading, you like investing. Maybe you'll like coding later on, or if you like coding and you don't, because this is on the coding channel too, for my other subscribers. If you guys like code, if you guys don't like investing or trading, but you want to code, that's fine. I'll either have 3 separate rooms, or I'll just have one. I'll probably end up doing 3 separate rooms. We'll have like one coding, just plain coding, anything, or maybe we'll just have coding non-finance, and we'll have like coding for finance, and then we'll have, so the coding for non-finance will be like apps and stuff, PC apps or whatever, or just like mobile apps, whatever, anything coding, Linux, whatever. And we'll have the room for the finance coding, so like for the bots, and for like so like EAs, forex EAs in C++. We'll do Python for the quant, topian, numpy, and pandas, all that stuff. And then we'll do like maybe some PineScript, whoever's into PineScript. We'll just do one big finance coding room, and then we'll just do a trading and investing room, so that will just be non-coding, so you guys can check it out. For now, there's not going to be a lot of people, so it's just going to be general. Check it out. I'll be there. Maybe make some friends or make some people to work with, so you guys can check it out. So yeah, check that out. If you guys like the video, you can subscribe to the channel for more coding or investing videos, more strategies, more trading bots are coming. So more EAs. So check that out, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.